Welcome to TapL, a tap trading platform built on Hedera. We compress the entire derivatives experience into one interaction. Tap a price band, watch 5 seconds of live market action, and get an instant result. 30 minutes of setup becomes 30 seconds. Here's what that means for the Hedera ecosystem. TapL brings 4 things to the ecosystem. First, user acquisition, because gamified trading is the fastest onboarding funnel into any chain. Second, network activity, since every trading session generates deposits, settlements, and consensus anchor commits continuously. Then, it is a new market vertical, because tap trading simply doesn't exist on Hedera yet. And real production use of Hedera Consensus Service, with settlement batches anchored as Merkle routes that anyone can verify publicly. So what does tap trading actually look like compared to what's out there? It comes down to 3 things. The experience with placing a bet with your fingertip, see the result in 5 seconds. The math behind, the multipliers from a probability model with a 25% CVAR risk cap, fully transparent, and the trust layer, every settlement anchored to Hedera's consensus service, verifiable by anyone through the mirror node. Here is TapL running live on Hedera testnet. Each cell on the grid represents a price band with a multiplier attached, so you see your potential return before you commit. I'll place a $10 bet, locked in under 500 milliseconds. 5 seconds of live price action, the entire life cycle with sub 200 millisecond engine latency. Over here is the wallet, the deposits and withdrawals through the pool reserve smart contract using native HBAR. Trading history with a full settlement ledger and win rates per order. And this is the consensus anchor page. Here is every batch with its sequence number, timestamp, and a link to verify on HashScan. So how does this settlement integrity work under the hood? Let's see the settlement flow. The gameplay runs off-chain for speed, but every economic result gets publicly committed to Hedera. When orders settle, the backend collects them into a batch, normalizes the data, hashes each order into a leaf, and updates the Merkle tree. The root gets submitted to a Hedera Consensus Service topic. Hedera assigns that message a consensus timestamp, a sequence number, and a running hash. Not timestamps we generate. These come from Hedera's consensus layer. Anyone can then query the mirror node and request a Merkle proof for any individual order. If settlement data had been altered after anchoring, the root would not match. That's the integrity guarantee. Now let me show the full system behind this. The pipeline starts with Binance WebSocket prices flowing through the price engine into a grid module that computes a 10x9 cell matrix every 250 milliseconds. The order engine settles bets with sub 200 millisecond latency, and settled orders flow into the anchor service that commits Merkle routes to Hedera every minute. For balance integrity, we run a 3-layer durability model. They are write-ahead log, PostgreSQL ledger, and in-memory snapshots, backed by Kafka, Redis, ClickHouse, and 6 smart contracts on Hedera testnet. At the center of this is the pricing engine. It uses a parametric model with 10 tuned coefficients to compute the probability of price touching each band. Closer bands are safer with lower payouts. Farther bands carry higher risk and higher returns. We call this the reward smile. The engine runs at 3.65 milliseconds per tick with 124,000 probability evaluations per cycle. We validated the model across 8 strategy simulations. Average house edge plus 42.3%. The house wins conservative players 82.8% at 1.07 times. Aggressive players 11.2% at 6.1 times. TapL isn't just for traders, it's also for liquidity providers. You deposit HBAR into the pool and become the counterparty to every prediction. Solvency is enforced at 1.5 times in the smart contract, and you can withdraw anytime. All fund flows are on-chain and verifiable on HashScan.
I'm Tian Cherry.
full-stack developer at AnyAccess Labs with over 5 years in Web3. We've built DeFi, AI, and gaming products across Sui, BNB, Solana, and WorldChain, reaching over 50,000 users. We've taken home hackathon wins at Chainlink, Aptos, and Sui across DeFi, NFT, and social tracks. We'll launch testnet trading competitions, integrate with the Hedera DeFi ecosystem, and build community LP pools. On the development side, there will be mainnet deployment, multi-asset support, on-chain Oracle pricing, and mobile application. And that was all about TapL. Thank you for your time. We would love to hear feedback from you.